What's up, you shits? I'm Zach. I hate TikTok. Just gonna say that straight out, even if it's in the most blatant form of a rant where I don't have any sort of parlay into another subject. I just get right into it. I hate TikTok. It's a stupid app, and I hate it. It's if Musical.ly made it worse. As if Musical.ly was worse than what Musical.ly was. Which is to say, it's horrible. Dramatic zoom in now. I'm just gonna straight up tell you this much. I hate TikTok more than anything else. I hate TikTok for the fact that I can't watch a YouTube video, even if I have like a how-to that I'm trying to watch, or I'm doing some sort of work on the computer and I have something else in the background. I can't get through a video 10 minutes or longer without seeing 2 or 3 fucking TikTok ads. I'm tired of seeing the same TV clip over and over and over again, just with 2 different people, than the fucking 7 different times I had seen it before. I am sick and tired of watching somebody pretend to be a vampire, turn off the lights, and then have some sort of drum pad beat into my goddamn brain. And I'm tired of anything. I'm tired of seeing the goddamn bullshit that goes nowhere, makes me dizzy, and contemplate whether I want to quit or not. Has anybody seen those TikTok ads on YouTube where they have just some dumbass? You don't know who they are. You don't know what their name is. They look like they could be a Bob. And they just do something stupid with their phone and then shake it a bunch like they're trying to jerk off the world's largest cock. And you can't follow a damn thing because all you see are pixels trying to communicate with each other. And you can't get anywhere. Then the ad's over, then you go into your other video, and you're going back into a conversation that was paused 15 seconds ago, and you can't focus on the conversation because you're too busy wondering what the fuck life is anymore. There's one fucking ad in particular. I don't know how long it is. It's probably 15 seconds, which is just 14 seconds too fucking long. It's got this really fat kid with a t-shirt somehow 4 sizes too large, spinning a phone just barely 360 degrees in a goddamn mirror, covering half of his face, because that's popular now, I guess, and all to the fucking backtrack of some dumbass electric drum pad trying to beat the goddamn life out of my eardrums, all before he starts shaking off the camera again. And it fucking aggravates me. I don't know why. I don't get why. I just think it's so fucking abundantly ridiculous that this is all I'm seeing. I will gladly take a 30-minute Ford truck ad over a 15-second TikTok video, because at least with the Ford ad, I won't contemplate hanging myself. TikTok aggravates me. I think we've made that abundantly clear, but I don't think we've really established what TikTok is. If any of you have ever heard of Musical.ly, that musical.ly, however the fuck you want to pronounce it, if any of you have ever heard of that or ever seen it or used the ad, for one, if you used the ad, you really shouldn't be watching me. But for 2, if you've seen it or you know anything about it, you would know that it gives life and gives fame and fortune for at least 15 minutes to a group of little white kids. More often than not, a group of little white kids that you just see on Instagram with a Fortnite clip, like fucking filmed on an iPhone, watching some TV, not even recorded from the TV, not taken as a game clip from their Xbox or PS4 or their Wii, but they take the goddamn phone and film it, most likely vertically, but they film the goddamn TV and then upload that to the Instagram. That is exactly what the people that utilize Musical.ly and gain success off of Musical.ly are. That's how you describe them. 13-year-old little white kids that wouldn't be able to make it a drop in life. They're given, like, the world, they've got famous birthday pages because they lip-synced to a Mariah Carey music video. Or I'm sorry, to a Mariah Carey video or song or audio clip or whatever the fuck it may be. They did that for about 15 seconds, got 2,000 views, and all of a sudden they're like the number 2 most famous person to be born on August 16th. That's it. And their names are always like Jackson or Dalton or Ovesk or something like that. Something really stupid. Something generically white. And it aggravates the fucking shit out of me. And that's fucking telltale sign of that. Look at me. I am generic white guy in the flesh. Long hair, check. Glasses, check. White t-shirt, check. Nothing else, check. Personality, anger, uncontrollable rage, check. That is what Musical.ly does. It gives those little mouth breathers a way for success in some way. Not gonna lie, kinda jealous to an extent. I've done a lot. I'm a pro wrestler. I own a multimedia company. I have a rock band. I'm doing something with my life. And yet here I am complaining that they are the ones reaping all the success, and I'm over here talking about that. You know what? I feed the fucking problem. God damn it, my sudden realization kicks in. Fuck my life. You watch this video and you wonder why people think I'm going to WWE. No. But Musical.ly, if you've ever been familiar with it, you've ever utilized the goddamn app, you would know that it's just the most abundant junkyard of bullshit. It aggravates you. It pisses you off. Because you know, deep down inside of you, hell, not even deep down, you know on the surface of your miserable, cold, dead heart, that whatever video you're watching is taken by some overprivileged 13-year-old on a phone their mom bought them with a plan their mom pays for, filming a goddamn video for 15 seconds of them doing something they're not talented enough in life, nor will ever be able to accomplish in life. They're doing something for 15 seconds, and we're the mindless sheep that go, yeah, this is worth my time! And they get successful off of it and do everything. They get the world from it. And that's the same thing with TikTok. And it aggravates me, one, because the name is just stupid. If Kesha couldn't pull it off in 2011, you can't pull it off in 2018. But for second place, it's the same goddamn thing, just over-promotionalized to hell. Don't get me wrong, I've seen the Musical.ly ads when it was still around and people thought it was worth a damn. I saw them on YouTube, but I did not see 3 of them take up all 3 ads on a 10-minute video. I'm sure they could find a way to give you 8 ads on a 3-minute video. And it just aggravates me because I fucking walked up, I walked up to the goddamn center of my kitchen that you can tell is giving me the opportunity to hear my angry echo reverberate back to me. I got onto YouTube, ready to make this video. I was like, alright, don't want to see a goddamn ad for shit. I don't want to see a damn thing. I just want to talk about 2 things. 2 fucking things. Don't want to rant. But I got my eyes drawn to a video. The second I open that motherfucking video, I see fat guy with 4 size too large t-shirt just rambling on into a goddamn camera with nothing in the background other than a goddamn bullshit electric drum beat. It pisses me off. Now it's a rant, because I'm done hearing it. The second I can predict it to the T, that's when the problem starts. And I've seen no bigger explanation of that than TikTok. Now, on the bullshit that I guess matters. Jake Paul broke up with Erica Costello. We're just fucking spiraling down into knee-deep depression. This is the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boo-hoo. Jake Paul broke up with another chick. Why? Well, he tried to fuck someone else. Yup. I don't remember the last time I heard about this. Have I ever heard about that before? Somewhere Alex Trebek is begging for a soundboard in the background. Yeah, I think I have. Once or twice. Or 3 or 4. Or 5 times. Not sure exactly whether that got Jake Paul famous or not, or just drew the attention to it, but nevertheless. Yeah, I think I've seen this play out once or twice before. And I think it's pretty safe to say that I doubt this will be the final time. Jake Paul's a dick. We can make that very clear. I think he's always been a dick. I think he's been a misunderstood dick, but I think he's been a dick nonetheless. with Shane Dawson's documentary happening like less than a month ago, it painted him in a different light, a more compassionate light. Though documentaries typically focused on one individual's life, as long as they've had some hardship, is bound to make a bunch of preoccupied teenagers feel bad for the fucker. I'm sure if Hitler was around in the era of YouTube and somebody made a documentary on him where he talked about being beaten as a kid, or the fact that his mom didn't let him keep a candy bar from the store, people would go, oh, well, he's doing this hundreds, and then Hitler would kill another couple hundred Jews, and we'd be like, oh yeah, he is a dick. That doesn't, his background doesn't, nothing that happened really explains or even justifies that, no matter what the case may be. That's the same with Jake Paul, just to a very, very lesser distant. I just compared Jake Paul to Hitler. Still probably not the worst thing that he's been compared to on YouTube, so I'll roll with it. But yeah, Jake Paul, I guess, he tried to hook up with some chick. He was dating Erica Castell. The whole documentary that was released, the whole 8 parts of it, was pretty much heavily focused on him and Erica Castell, especially the latter half, the back 9 of the documentary series. So, for them to break up now, I mean, granted, it was probably filmed a couple of months before that, maybe 2 or 3, 4 months to this point now ago. Now, it brings into question whether any of what you saw in Shane Dawson's documentary was real or truthful. And I think going into the documentary, we had people worrying about that as well. I just think that when we walked out of the documentary, we thought that things were all nifty and dandy. Now, granted, I'm a huge dick. I'm a jackass. I'm a cunt. I'm a horrible fucking human being. But I released a documentary for about 2 hours, all edited, to the point where all that was there was some sympathetic background noise. You'd eventually allow me to kill a person on the street and say, oh, but he had a hard time. We can just let him go. Give him away. Let him go back to his life. He had a hard time. That's how this works, right? But that is essentially what we go through. We get a documentary where we can put a person into a specific light for a number of time. People can watch that and they'll feel sympathy for them. And everything else will be forgotten about. I'll be honest, I even kind of forgot that Jake Paul was a dick after watching that. But now, I just remember he's a dick. Simple as that. And I don't think it's going to change. I would love to make a documentary on the jackass, but I would probably fall into the same category. It'd be a case where it's like, okay, he'd be sympathetic, he'd have some sort of backstory that people would feel bad about, and then everybody forgets it until, like, he fucks some chick in the mouth and breaks her tooth or something like that, and we find out that he's been dating 7 other chicks other than her, and then it becomes a scandal, then we get a million videos on YouTube about it, and then Leafy comes back, and then it's all hell breaks loose. So, yeah, this video gets any more than 10 views and you can just automatically count that as people getting greedy, including me. Aside from that, though, Smosh is back. Yeah, well, one half of Smosh. Ian will never be all of Smosh, let's be honest. But Smosh, Ian, and the rest of the crew are back in form, other than Shane, who seems like he's in a very depressed state of sarcastic humor. Essentially, they're homeless. They have no parent company. They have no proper funding. They filmed a We're Back video on a fucking phone with a goddamn microphone being held by an individual that is not familiar with that microphone, which, in all fairness, probably cost about $10 and was, or probably cost less than what I spent on this, and that looked better. We really gotta figure out a plan. And so now we're put into a position where Smosh, Smosh Pit, Smosh Games, Smosh Ridiculous, Smosh Deculous, Smosh Orgy, Smosh 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Butthole are all gonna have new content. Back to the original schedule from, I think, 2010, 2011, 2012, where it's one video a week. They're essentially now working with really no budget whatsoever. They've got the original hosts, which, I mean, good for them. They want to make more content for a channel that they love. It's not like they were there because they were paid. They love to be there. That's fantastic. They're always a group of very pretty and humorous and fucking weird individuals, just like myself. They fit right in. Fuck California, though. It's a little bit of a tricky situation. So they essentially go back to where they were in 2009, having to film their own videos, having to do it with very little to no budget, back on a 1 video a week schedule, and I'm alright with that. Honestly, I think it's kind of a position now where they can reap the benefit from the AdSense revenue all in total, you know, from the get-go. They don't need to worry about going through some third party. And at the same time, they can kind of do something now. They can be something. You know, I feel like it's, like, you know, we've seen guys like, what was his name, Lasercorn and Joven Shire and Anthony Padilla all leave Smosh, individuals that were kind of there before, you know, the Courtney Millers and the Shane Tops and the Olivia Sways. The individuals that were kind of there around the same time that Smosh brought Mari in, around the same time that my dick started doing whatever the fuck my dick started doing. And it was kind of a position at that point in time where everybody had a position. Nobody knew what it was, but everybody had that position. And then Anthony left, and then Joe and Shire left, and then Lasercorn left. And you kind of started to piece together the reason why. Then Defy Media closed down, and we saw the big reason unfold. Defy owed the money. They didn't like the position they were in. It was about business more than it was about comedy. It was about money more than it was content. And that was something that I think I would assume Anthony, Lasercorn, and Joven Shire all left with a heavy reasoning, being that they were burned out from the status of business and money and corporate before all else. And when you're not fairly compensated for that, even when you should be compensated more, but the cheap fucks are too greedy to even give you the thing they lowballed you on, yeah, there's a reason for that burnout. And then there's the question now that comes around with, now that Smosh is no longer involved with Defy Media, and they're doing this other thing, are the individuals that left Smosh going to come back? Most importantly, or most notably, is Anthony going to come back? And, you know, I would say no, just knowing that he's on a different track with his life. He's doing something different. He did Smosh for so many years, and now he's doing something other than Smosh, and he's pretty good at it. The question now of whether he'll come back or not can be really thrown into the air. You know that it's something he made, he created, he helped become something, and then eventually, once Defy took over and they fucking tore everything down, you could tell he was burned out from it. You could tell he was not happy with the direction that his brand that he created and established was taking without him having any say in it whatsoever. You could tell that would break somebody down and tear somebody down. That's a reason I didn't sell off a damn cent of unitards back when we were looking for a parent company. I wouldn't be able to look at what I've helped establish, no matter how little I've established. I wouldn't be able to look at it and go, yeah, I'm fine with somebody else being in charge 100% of the way through and putting the money first. So I can imagine that that would be a big reason for why Joven Shire, Lasercorn, Anthony Padilla, amongst others, all left. But at the same time, now they're all doing something different. They're all doing something unique to them. They have full creative control over that. And there's a big thing in everything, content on YouTube. So creating something that gets put on a channel, or being involved in a band, you know, something with music or something in TV. You always know that it's easier to fulfill your ideal vision when you're the only individual that has the say in it. That's why guys like Brendan Urie keep the Panic at the Disco thing going, but at the same time are the only official member. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's like they have full creative freedom and creative range. And when you're a creator, when you're an artist, when you're anything, you want to be able to do what you want to do. You don't want to be held back from the individuals that think they're higher than you and have a bigger say in something that you feel more passionate about than they do. You want to be able to explore your artistic pursuits. And that's a big reason for why I can see Lasercorn, Joven Shire, Anthony Padilla, amongst everybody else that's left Smosh, and everybody else that left a bigger corporation. That's the reason for why I can see them not wanting to go back. Because even though they may no longer be under Defy Media, may no longer be under a big primary parental company branch, At the same time, then there's everything that's involved. I mean, years ago it would have been just, okay, Anthony and Ian, they run it by each other. But at the same time, now you've got very prominent faces, just as prominent now as Anthony and Ian were in 2015 and 2016, like Courtney Miller, like Shane Top, like Keith and Noah and Olivia and Mari and Bose and Damien. And Wes. It's all a group of individuals that have a huge say based off of their face being on the content. Their faces being the ones that you piece Smosh together with, you know? I mean, if I saw Courtney Miller now, I'd piece Smosh to her more than I would her Vine career. You know what I mean? So it's like you associate those guys with Smosh now, and you associate them so much with Smosh because of how much they've been on Smosh, and how much they've been promotionalized on Smosh. So now it's a huge thing where if Anthony were to go back, it's not just Ian that he has to run things by, even if it's a respectable kind of, you started this up again, come back to where you were a number of years ago, you have an overall say. You've also got people like Courtney and Shane and Noah and Keith that probably wouldn't, kind of harbor what Anthony or Ian wanted to do because they are involved in a company that is only possible because of those two guys, but at the same time have somewhat of a veto power, because if they wanted to, they could just say, well, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. There'd be a lot of Smosh fans that would not care because it'd be Anthony and Ian again, but then there'd be a large following that follow people like Courtney and Shane and Keith and Noah and Olivia and Mari and everybody else in between. So it's a little bit of a difficult kind of thing, and Anthony's doing his own thing. Jovenshire and Laser Corner are doing their own thing. They're good at what they're doing. They're promising at what they're doing. They have a purpose and a passion for what they're doing, so why would they want to go back to something where they have little to no say in the overall say of things? It makes no sense, but at the same time you can understand why mostly Anthony would go back to Smosh. He did help create it. It's now free again. It can breathe. It can do its own thing without being harbored by corporate suits and everything in between. You can understand it, and you can see why. So just as likely as it is that he wouldn't come back, it's very likely that he could. Just give it some time and give it the right situation, and I'm sure it'll happen. Other than that, thank you for watching my rant on TikTok, my rundown of why Jake Paul's a dick, and my rundown of why Smosh would or would not or could not or will be or what will not work. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Twitter at ZACHARYSERRA, on Instagram or at THEZACKHARDY, and you can follow my 2020 presidential campaign Twitter at VOTE4HARDY. Or like, comment, subscribe for more. I'm Zach Hardy, and I hate myself. Signing off. Wink thing sound.